ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to COASTER-net Update. We've got another topic that came out really over the weekend, more VR news. We've been talking a lot about VR so far. Early in the year, we saw Six Flags Over Georgia put it on Drop Tower, acrophobia, which, spider theme. Why didn't they go with arachnophobia? That would have been cool. But, earlier today we talked about Europe in the Air, getting some VR for 2018 at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. One of the other stories that came out over the weekend was Six Flags New England, which a few months ago they announced VR would not return to Superman the Ride. They have now announced that they will actually be moving their VR experience to the Mind Eraser roller coaster this year, under the Galactic Attack theme, which is you did the Rage of the Gargoyles at Six Flags Great America. That's the one you did, right? So the Galactic Attack is the new one that I think the Six Flags parks are running this year so far. And so this is, VR on an SLC, we've seen it before. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom did it on Kong last year. But the interesting thing about this is a lot of people said a bad choice for a VR roller coaster because of all the headbanging. Well, Six Flags New England posted a nice picture over the weekend of the brand new trains that will be on Mind Eraser this year. They will be similar to the ones that you see on the Great Nor'easter at Maury's Piers in New Jersey. So a lot of East Coast folks might be familiar with these. They have sort of like the B&M wing coaster, flying coaster vests. And a little bit different from what T3 runs. T3 is like seatbelt straps, if you will, whereas these new trains actually have these soft vests like you see, very similar to the B&M wing coasters. So maybe the elimination of the headbanging, maybe some of the feedback from the guests on Kong have hit corporate, and they said, well, hey, if we're going to do VR on these rides, we need to make sure that we're not beating up the VR gear against the headrest because there's a lot of headbanging on these rides. So maybe, just maybe, VR is the window of opportunity to eliminate the headbanging from some of these Vekoma SLCs. What are your thoughts on that?
I love it because, if you ride an SLC, my first SLC was up at Michigan's Adventure. And I never really got the hate on it until I started writing some of these other SLCs, and it becomes abundantly clear why they're so bad. Those horse collar restraints are some of the worst restraints in the history of restraints. I don't know who created those, but I don't understand the need for them. I don't understand the why they're so big, why they're so restrictive, what they were thinking. So anything to get rid of those restraints, I think, makes it a lot better. Now, I'm one of the few people that actually enjoyed T3 with the seatbelt restraints. I thought that was awesome.
Yes, you did.
I thought it added a real element of fear to the ride because they're seatbelts. Now, I have not been on the Great Nor'easter at all to actually ride the vest trains. But generally speaking, I like the vest restraints on other Vekomas.
They're very nice.
We've seen them on the boomerangs in some places. So they're much better, much more comfortable. So I think this is not only going to greatly improve the experience for everyone on Mind Eraser at New England, but I think that VR is going to work so much better because I will say this, I really enjoyed the VR on Demon for Rage of the Gargoyles, mainly because I think the element of going upside down really adds to the entire VR experience.
Sure.
Iron Dragon was really good, but I think the Demon was that much better because of the added intensity and added inversions. So I think Mind Eraser will be in that same general area. Will be kind of cool to see what happens.
Well, and the interesting thing, my last thought here is that I will say that the Great Nor'easter was always known as being one of the roughest ones, and it does shake you around a bit. I mean, it's undergoing this refurbishment here. Mind Eraser is still going to shake you around a little bit here, but you're going to be shaking around, but you're not going to be banging your head. So the comfort factor is going to be much higher. Me being an East Coast guy, I've been to Six Flags New England several times. I believe I've only ever ridden that Mind Eraser twice. It's just one that I always skip. It's, hey, I'd rather go ride Batman, or I'd rather go ride Wicked Cyclone or Bizarro or pretty much any other ride at that park, because the Six Flags New England is one of the worst SLCs, one of the roughest. But you know what? I'm going to have to ride it this year because I want to I want to do these VR coasters. These VR coasters are new and exciting, and, the capacity is an issue. Audio is maybe an issue in some cases, but I want to give it a shot. I want to see what it is. So mark up the Mind Racer as a ride that I have to ride at Six Flags New England this year.
So, as always, ride on, Ride Warriors.
See you next time.